I recorded this video without any speaking, audio, so I just thought I'd do a voiceover. First thing I do when I pull up with the bike is get rid of the bicycle helmet and put on a cap to keep from burning my head as I'm working on stuff. And I'm kind of setting up the bicycle antenna. That's the Chameleon duffel bag. A little smaller than I expected when it arrived, but it turned out to be really the right size for all this antenna stuff. Just pulled out the Vox stuff. That's the headset and the foot pedal that I'm going to use to control the Icom 7300 while I'm operating. And so back to that bag. It turned out to be really nice, along with the longer antenna bag that you can kind of see the end poking out behind and under the seat. I just touched it there. It's a good pair of bags to carry all my antenna gear. Going to go ahead and raise the 17-foot Chameleon whip antenna now. And I found that if I kind of put some drag on with my left hand while I raise it with the right, all of the sections get pulled all of the way up. That antenna is mounted on, the antenna is on top of a Rez Scout feed point. And that is mounted to, I guess it's probably like a trucker's CB antenna mount or something. It's a stainless plate. And it's mounted onto the rack on the back of the bike. Now I'm screwing on the ferrite RF choke, and then you can see the coax cable. Now when I'm coiling and uncoiling coax cable, you'll see that I do it hand over hand, and I reel it out as I go. Here I'm the battery box, and I'm gonna kind of unpack the other big things that I need. And, I'll need the chair, and there's the Apache 3800 hard case that has the Icom IC-7300 in it. There's my Rig Explorer. Is that Rig Explorer? I think it's called Rig Stick Pro. That'll work out. That's a great tool that really has worked out great for me. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of taking stock here for a moment, deciding what to do next. And let's move these things up to the place where I'm actually going to be setting up and get them out of the way and out of the shot here. So I saw these posts as I pulled up on my bike. This guardrail had these big, like 8x8 inch posts, and I thought that would be a nice place to set up one of the radios on top of, and I could just kind of sit in front of it. Behind me there, there's a cliff right over the other side of the bike there, and it drops down to the Spokane River. If you look between the cracks, you can actually see the Spokane River down there. These are the Chameleon RF Faraday strips. These have Faraday cloth sewn into heavy canvas cloth coverings. And it's kind of nice. The one side of them is kind of bright orange, and the other side is a neutral color. And at first I was kind of turned off by that, but I realized that the bright orange side, if I turn it facing up, if I'm going to be in a public space where people might be walking around, it'll be more noticeable to them. And more so, it draws attention. If I'm doing a Parks on the Air, it could draw attention, and people will come over and ask me about ham radio. So, take it or leave it. There's that bag again, the CHA duffel bag. Now I'm going to unreel the coax. Notice I do it hand over hand, unreeling it. I don't just do it like people do with extension cords and just kind of grab one end and wheel it all out with my hand, with one hand. That creates twists and kinks. If you unroll it this way and roll it up the same way, I learned this being a techie in theater. But when you roll cables, and also in sailing, we do lines this way. When you roll lines this way and unroll them, they don't get twisted and kinked. And I just think that's a good idea to take care of the stuff. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and hook up this Rig Expert Pro stick. That's what it's called, the Rig Expert. And that's kind of neat. Just push a couple of buttons and it checks the SWR on the antenna. So where are we here? I'm going to go ahead and take a look. Looks like got 1.19 SWR. I can live with that. So if I messed around with the straps or some other stuff, I think I might be able to get it lower, but I'm okay with this. Now, this kind of shows me setting up the station, kind of getting my software set up, putting the logging software on the iPad, writing some notes on the notepad. I'm writing down the park numbers. I'm actually working 2 parks here.
You're a 5.9. You're over a 5.9 here into Spokane. US 3257 and 3171 QSL. My park number. There are 2 park numbers. The first park number is 3257 US 3257. The other park number is US 3171. Repeat, 3171 QSL. Whiskey 6 Quebec Lima Echo calling CQ for parks on the air. Kilo 7 Mike Hotel Zulu. You are 5-5 into Spokane. 2 parks. First is 3257. The second park is 3171 QSL. Okay, sounds great. Thank you for the hunting today, and thanks for the contact. 73 W6QLE. Kilo Echo 7 India Charlie Mike, you are 5-9 into Spokane. Working 2 parks today on the Centennial Trail in Riverside Park. The numbers are 3257 and 3171 QSL. Thank you, and thanks for hunting, and have a great day. 73 CQ. Vicar Echo 4 X-Ray Mike. Oops, I put Echo Mike. Let me fix that. X-Ray Mike Portable. You are 5-6 into Spokane, Washington. Parks 3257 and 3171 QSL. QSL. Signal report, please. I'm sorry, I think we doubled on the signal report. Perfect, thank you so much. Thanks for hunting at 73. CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the Air from W6QLE and his bicycle antenna. Okay, Kilo Charlie 6 Sierra Echo Hotel. You are booming in here. Strongest signal today, I'd say. Didn't look at the meter, but you're over 5.9. I'm at 2 parks in Spokane, US 3257 and US 3171. QSL?
Okay, now I'm going to do some unpacking, right? Or I guess packing things back up again. Just put down the antenna. Gonna roll up those straps. Here I am taking off the coax. I'll set that down because I'm going to roll that up hand over hand, like you saw me unroll it. Loosen up the feed point, and I can kind of fold these straps over. They're very flexible, and I can kind of fold them over and roll them up, and I just kind of stash each one down into the pannier bag on my cargo bike. Same thing on the other side. I can take these to about the halfway point, fold them over. This gives you a good kind of view of the two different colored sides of these things too. Fold it up and drop it into the pannier bag. Just double checking the tightness on the antenna. It turns out that mount was a little loose. Well, where the antenna screws onto the mount was loose, and so it wobbled all the way home. Okay, taking off the choke, the RF choke, that actually stores in the longer antenna bag. That bag that I'm touching right now also, it has a 25-foot whip, a 17-foot whip. It has a spike mount for mounting the antennas. It has a 35-foot carbon mast in it, and I store the feed point and the choke in there also. So here we go, firing up the bike, change the hats, taking the antenna, the bicycle antenna around the corner here, and I'm just going to kind of pack everything up and get ready for the ride home. This bike, man, I had to put on a aftermarket kickstand. This cargo bike is pretty awesome. The one thing that was really bad about it was the kickstand. So put on a Specialized Globe LT kickstand onto this electric brand cargo bike, and it worked out great. Okay, that's the battery box. I'm disconnecting the 12 volts from the battery box. I'm going to go ahead and stash that away. These two panniers are really nice. One side holds the battery box and the antenna bag, and the other side, here I am hooking up the Insta360 camera. The other side holds the, Apache case, the Pelican light case with the 7300 in it. And on top, that Chameleon duffel bag holds like all the cables and the stuff I'm holding right now, that headset and the foot switch. It just all packs up into like 4 packages, and I can actually carry, the 2 Chameleon bags have back straps on them. I can carry those on my back and carry the radio box in one hand and the battery box in the other, and I can do a hike with this gear. So it's turned out to be really nice. I just really like having resonant antennas that I can use. So this is that Apache 3800 case from Harbor Freight. They go for about $30. It's a really good size for the Icom 7300. And if you cut out the foam, I also have a couple of cutouts, one for the microphone and one for the power cord in there as well. So it's kind of all self-contained. Now here we go. We're going to do that coax wrapping thing. You can see right there's a kink in the cable where I probably got impatient when I was wrapping it at some point. And, doo-doo occurs, as they say. Yes, it may be a little tedious, but I really don't mind when I'm doing it, because it gets really tedious dealing with cords that have kinks and bends in them and stuff. I learned to roll them like that in like the theater and as a sailor, where you don't coil. You never wrap a cord or a line around your like wrist and elbow like you see construction workers doing. If you want your cords not to end up to be kind of a twisty mess. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the last of the items into that Chameleon duffel bag. I put the coax in there a moment ago. Now I'm sticking in the the headset. That's a Koss SB45 headset, and it's like a $20 foot pedal that's meant for an organ that I got off of Amazon, that I use for the VOX headset. And there's the paper log that I kind of write down some notes so that while I'm talking I can refer to the notes if I need to. That pink chair is kind of an heirloom item that my partner really liked, and she passed away, and now I just kind of use that chair all the time when I'm camping or doing a POTA deployment. These I'm clipping the straps that go across the top of the pannier bags right now, and when I clip those on, I put them through the backpack straps on the back of that Chameleon bag. And that way, if I go over a big bump or something while I'm riding, and that Chameleon bag wants to bounce off of the rack on the back, it can't, because it's being held down by the backpack straps. Yeah, so just a little thing I found that helps me out when helps me not worry about the stuff bouncing off the back, I guess, is what it does. Okay, there we go. Everything looks backed up. One last policing of the site here, and I think we're about ready to go ahead and pack up and get out of here. Let's put on the bicycle helmet so we can be safe. Let's take the cap off the Insta360 so we can have a dash cam. And yeah, I think that this has been a successful activation. About 40 QSOs and or more in about an hour, and off I go. Thanks for watching the video. 73 from W6QLE.